so in today's video I would like to share with you how I clean and look after my brushes. So I have a bunch of brushes here. What I'm going to do next is just push this down, and here we have blending brush, I have flat foundation brush, powder, and just buffing brush. So I'm going to show you how in a minute. I'm just quickly run the water, and I'm just testing the water, so just make sure it's not too hot or too cold. I'm looking for lukewarm water. So I'm going to fill the sink all the way up. So I'm going to soak the brushes into the water. I'm watching this video and I thought it seems like I'm actually rough handling the brushes, but I promise you I didn't. I actually just tried to get the water soaked into the brushes just to loosen up any built up product in my brush, and then I'll just leave it like this for like a good 2 minutes. So I'm going to use a solid conditioning cleanser extreme by Maekup. You could also use a dish soap if you don't have any brush cleaner soap. And what I'm going to do is grab one of the brush and just rub the bristles directly onto the cleanser. So I just swirl it like this until it creates like a good lather into my brush. So it's just like this. So once I lather the soap into my brush, I'll just use this brush cleansing palette by Roll Technique. So I run the brush back and forward like this, because it's a flat foundation brush, and run it under the tap water until the water runs clear. Once the water runs clear, what you could do is you could repeat the step, or you could just squeeze the water out like what I'm doing right now. Make sure you keep the bristles flat. So if you look at the brush from the side, it looks flat. So you need to keep the bristles completely flat and let it air dry that way, so you keep the shape nice like brand new. So here we have the buffing brush, and I swirl it on the bar of soap and swirl it on my cleansing palette as well, just to get rid of the residue of the foundation. Once I'm done with this step, I'll just run it under the tap water. Once the water runs clear, I'm just going to check if I need to repeat the step, but I'm checking the bristles, there's nothing there. I will just leave it as it is. I'll just squish the water out and make sure I actually follow the shape and leave it air dry like this. So I have extremely dirty eyeshadow brush here. Because it's small, it doesn't take long to clean the brush. Just roll it on the bar of soap until it lather up. So once it lather up, I'll just swirl it on my palette just to get rid of the eyeshadow residue in the brush. So I think this texture on the palette does different things apparently. I can't remember, but I think the small dots actually for smaller brush. So I'm done with the process here, so I'll just run the brush under the tap water and I'll just squeeze it and lay it out on my windowsill. So from here on, I'll just speed the process completely, because it will take a long time to clean every single brushes, because I show you the main 3 already, and they are all actually got a very similar shape and similar way to clean them as well. So just make sure you watch until the end of the video, because that is when I'm going to show you completely how I lay out my brushes and let it dry. So I'm just going to lay the towel on top of the cabinet. So this is where I dry my brushes, and I'll just lay it out flat like this. And there's one fell on the floor, I'll just grab it quickly. So I'll just left the bristles hanging on the edge of the cabinet and let it air dry that way. And this is how I lay out my brushes to let it air dry. So the brush soap is also wet, so I'll just let it air dry as well before I shut the lid on top. I'll just leave it on top of the towel. And this is the brand of the soap that I use, just to make sure you actually seen it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!